Hello everyone, I'm Wendell Jones and welcome to this edition of our program, The Platform, and this is our weekend edition. And on our program we normally talk with entertainers and beautiful people who my friend Bianca Nygard would bring to our studios. She does a good job in finding great talent, and it's good to see Bianca here today. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm lovely. I'm excited.
You're lovely. Somebody told me I should say lovely full. Like beautiful?
Okay, that sounds good.
Yes, nice to see you. Full. And today on our program, she's brought two people who are involved in music, and they have done some wonderful things. And they're going to introduce these new sounds to us today. It's good to have Patrice Murrell here today. I heard a taping of her rendition of High
Rest
Rhythm.
of My Life on the High Point Rhythm, yes.
Rest of My Life on the High Point Rhythm.
Yes.
And you're going to talk a whole lot about that today.
Yes.
Good to see you. And Benje was here before, Benjamin Allexander.
Definitely.
Very good.
It's a pleasure to be back.
It's a pleasure to see you.
Yes.
When I walked in the studio, the first thing that jumped at me is your hairstyle.
Yes.
Yes.
I switch it up quite often.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Who did that?
This is my braider, my braider that I go to. She's pretty phenomenal, off of Robinson Road.
Okay.
She's pretty good. Her name is Elda, so you guys can hit her up. She's awesome.
And she really planned all of that?
She planned all of this for me. I wanted it long, and I like colors. I'm a colorful person. I have a colorful personality. So.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yes. And how long have you been involved in singing and producing music?
I have been singing my entire life, but I went into it full time, I would say about 5 years now. And my career kicked off as a finalist in the Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival Music Masters competition.
How long ago was that?
That would be about 3 or 4 years now, yeah.
Okay, very good.
And
how did
skyrocketed after that.
How did you do in that festival?
Awesome! I placed in the top 5 category, which was pretty good, commendable, considering that I'd never sung this genre of music before. It was new to me. I was always the person that sang more ballads and R&B and pop. And it decided to give Caribbean music a try. And it kicked off and people loved it, and career just hasn't stopped since then. Been on the go.
I'm going to get to Benje in a while, but how did you get hooked up with Benje?
Benje and I are actually a part of Visage, the big band Visage.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. So he and I get the opportunity to work together and perform together, which is incredible. And we've worked in the studio together before, and we happened to be on a few rhythms previously. So it was natural for us after we released the first set of songs on the Gumbe and Garland rhythm, which was produced by Freddie and Sniper and Benje as well. That it just came naturally for us to work together. Benje is an incredibly talented producer, and when he let me hear some of his tracks, I gravitated to one of them, and that was the launch of the High Point Rhythm.
I see. Now, Benje, you've been all over the Caribbean, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. The last time you came here, you gave me your history, but you got to do it again.
Oh yeah, I'm from St. Lucia, beautiful St. Lucia. I'm from a town called Soufrière. You know, Bahamas is my second home. I've been here from a kid. I went to school here. I went to LW Young. I did till 11th grade. I went to St. Lucia for 10 years, came back, Bahamas, back and forth.
So you live between Bahamas and St. Lucia?
Yeah.
So you have a whole lot of family in St. Lucia, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Most of my family's in St. Lucia. It's just I got my mom, a sister, and an aunt here.
In Bahamas?
Yeah.
So you spend more time in the Bahamas?
Yeah, the Bahamas. Yeah, I spend more time in the Bahamas.
Very good. And you get your creative juices flowing in the Bahamas, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of great things from the Bahamas, I met a lot of great people, a lot of great producers, a lot of collaborations was made in the Bahamas. I learned a lot of new stuff from the Bahamas, a different energy from what I had, a collaboration of my spirit from St. Lucia and Bahamian. It's a different,
Speak about that energy. You said you get new energy, creative energy here. How does that come about? Fix me. Let me know what you're talking about.
Well, the energy I talk about is that's how I get around most of the time doing work. Like when I get to know someone or I study someone and I feel their energy, I can work on them in their absence.
I see. So when you found this young, beautiful lady with the nice plaits, you got a whole lot of energy from Patrice, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because the main thing is positivity. So we've been positive from you positive. The connection is always easy. It was around carnival time. We've been working on a carnival rhythm. We was trying to get on some carnival shows, so we came together trying to sort it out. And she went off telling me about some radio people came to her and would love to hear her voice on reggae, and we just went down that road. And after a while, I was like, I just played a reggae beat for her, a dancehall beat I had on my laptop, and she fell in love with it.
And the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah, you got a beautiful love tune to groove to.
Yeah.
For the cold nights, the warm nights, Valentine's, Christmas, Easter, all year.
Yeah, this is a really nice rhythm that you came up with, Benje.
Yeah, definitely. I started the rhythm for MDs, the late great MDs, my close friend. Yeah, because I've been working on beats for him, but we've been busy, our separate ways, trying to get better every day. So I had that one as a surprise for him until I meet him. Although coming down to the later days, I did send it to him. We were supposed to get together that same week, and then the same time me and Patrice, we spoke because we're on carnival time. So I was working on dancehall and carnival music, everything at the same time. So, yeah.
And it's crazy that he actually created the beat for MDs, because literally about 2 weeks before MDs passed away, I was in the studio with him and his manager, and we were supposed to do a collaboration together. So to find out afterwards now that I'd end up, writing and singing on a track that was originally meant for him was almost kind of like it was meant to be. Mm-hmm. It's really nice, yeah.
Like he was there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, orchestrating, putting it all together, unbeknownst to us.
I tell the public who's MD.
MDs, everybody know. If you don't know who MDs is, where's the camera? Please go and research the young, talented Bahamian artist MDs. He's got some incredible music. You put it in YouTube, support, even, give him life after death by supporting his music, buying his music, and helping his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The high point rhythm, why you call it rhythm rather than rhythm, rhythm. Mm-hmm. How did you get to that?
Well, rhythm, RIDDIM, is a track with multiple artists on it, singing on the same beat.
Okay.
So it's something. It's mainly in the dancehall, reggae, and soca
genres.
Genres of music. You get rhythms where Beanie Man, Bounty Killer on a rhythm. So I did one for the Bahamas because it's my thing is always to expose as much as I can, because it's 758-242. I'm both, right? So the love I get from St. Lucia, anything I do, they look at it as St. Lucian. So they listen to anything I do, whether it be Bahamian. So if I do a rake and scrape song, they listen to it because that's Benje, but then they listen to Bahamian music. They don't know what it is until they ask, what's that? It's not soca music. Then that's where we exchange information so everyone can be, you know what I mean?
How is Bahamian music received in a place like St. Lucia and other countries in the Eastern Caribbean?
I mean, Bahamian music.
I can speak for me. I find, and now with having the opportunity to perform outside of the country more, regionally and internationally, there is an interest. There's an intrigue in the sound. Because I've had the opportunity to talk with other artists from Trinidad and Barbados and the US as well. And they're like, well, what's indigenous to the Bahamas? And when I introduced Junkanoo and Rake and Scrape to them, they're like, cool. But they also realize that there's such a similarity from the cultures.
Yes.
And so they'll say, oh, this reminds me of something from Barbados. We call it spooge or something. And this reminds me something from Trinidad and then what we used to do in a little bit of the calypso. And it just shows how alike we are and how much we share a lot of the same backgrounds. So the interest is there. I think they find it very, very indigenous. I don't know how more to explain that. And I think for us now as Bahamians to kind of take it more to an international place, it would require us now to evolve the music a little bit. So you'll find a lot of the younger generation evolving some of the Junkanoo sounds and some of the Rake and Scrape sounds, fusing it a little bit more and experimenting to get the culture and get people on a global spectrum to see and recognize what we have.
Well, we've been trying to do that for a long time. I remember having conversations with a number of Bahamian entertainers. Many of them are no longer here, like Ronnie Butler and King Eric and these people. And yes, and they talked about how we have been very receptive to music coming out of the Eastern Caribbean, and particularly we've been receptive to reggae, the reggae beat, but that they had great difficulty in infiltrating the market with Bahamian music, all right? And our Junkanoo beat is powerful, isn't it?
It is.
And so why haven't we been able to make more inroads in that part of the Caribbean?
Music, music, the business of music is a real serious thing. Marketing is a very important thing. It's, before just releasing a song and just hoping that the birds carry it to Africa and back. There's different ways to do that. If you don't market your material yourself, only a few people are gonna know about it. Marketing is very important in business. So if you have your music, and how you expect a DJ from St. Lucia to know about it? Sometimes the DJ from St. Lucia don't even know the name of the island you're on, or if the island exists. So that's, you gotta reach out. That's something you gotta do. You understand? No matter whether it be you jump to Miami and then you meet people, you gotta go out there. That's what I do. That's why I travel all these places. So I physically go and deliver, even if it's 2 cities I live on the island, and I give 3 people the links. I do it. I don't expect them to just do it automatically. So the world is a small place, but it's still big.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why, with all the music coming out of St. Lucia, Barbados, Trinidad, and we in the Caribbean so close, you don't have Bahamian music at all in the radio in these places.
Yeah, and we were talking about social globalization yesterday, and that is the globalization using social media, the internet, and all of that, and it's very powerful.
It's very powerful.
And you would think that with social globalization, the Bahamian sound would be would have infiltrated those places and would be well received.
I think also it starts at home. there has to be more of a focus of supporting the Bahamian sound and Bahamian music and Bahamian artists. And we have to do it. If we don't support each other, how do we expect the rest of the world to support us or play our music? When you listen to the radio stations, yeah, you'll hear a few Bahamian artists here or there coming in and out, but we don't really dominate the airwaves. Why? Because they're going to play what's popular outside. And that trend is obviously trickling down into our culture, or has trickled into our culture. And so we feel as though Bahamian music isn't anything to be valued. And it really has to start from home. We really have to start appreciating homegrown talent, homegrown music, not just for Junkanoo, not just during festivals like Carnival, but it has to be something year round, and start to appreciate and put Bahamian music on your playlist,
I heard Rest of My Life that you did. First time I heard it. I don't know how long you had it out.
It just got released in August.
In August, okay. All right.
That's a new release.
Have you been to use Benje's, to talk about what he said, have you been marketing it well?
I have. Well, I've been fortunate enough as a Bahamian artist to have several singles that recently released this year.
Okay, you've been very busy.
Very busy. I was talking to Bianca about it, and this year alone I've dropped about 3 or 4 singles. So Rest of My Life was actually the last single that I dropped this year. I am still reeling off of the success of my song Feeling Good, which was released last year, which is extremely popular. And this year I had 2 more singles, Tom and 'Cause of the Wine, on the Garland and the Gumbe rhythm, which have started picking up. And so Rest of My Life is right after that. So the marketing plan for Rest of My Life is in motion, but I am still promoting some of the previous singles that got out. So this is all a part of it.
And the thing is, it's a rhythm. So I'm pushing. I'm not only pushing my song. I push every song on the rhythm. So even whatever she does is just an extra. So when I send to the radio stations, I send all the songs. I do the press release. I send everything. I upload them, all the tracks, on my YouTube channel. I share them all on my social media platforms. So they do theirs, but I do it all too,
Yes, just because they came out with the song at that time doesn't mean that it was time to promote it, because they have so many things in the lineup of what they're promoting, and these 2 have been so busy. I followed them on social media. They do a good job at promoting themselves on social media. And sometimes I think I was telling them I think I work hard, and maybe I would have seen them at an event, and I'm in my bed and can't wait to go to sleep, and then I'll look and see that they're practicing their rehearsal for Visage or something after this event, after I just saw them at the event and I'm in bed. Then I wake up in the morning and they're on a morning talk show or on the radio, and I can't even believe it. On top of it, they work out. Patrice also teaches Zumba, and it's just
you do?
Yeah.
And this rhythm here is such a feel-good rhythm too, just like your song Feel Good, but it makes you really happy. And I think it's incredible that you can come out with this beat, Benje, and then everybody can come up with these songs that are completely different, but still in this wonderful feeling that you get based on this rhythm, actually.
I understand what you're saying, because and actually Feeling Good, I Feel Good Today is the name of Sammy Star's track. So it's a feel-good rhythm. I did it at the time I was like feeling down a bit. I was upset on Marta. I was a little angry. But yeah, and I did that beat. I just took my laptop, I went in the backyard, I just started building the beat, and that's where that came out. And the words came to my mind one time, you got to stay focused. What? It's like, okay, in my head. So the words started, and that's how it came about.
And Stay Focused is his song on the rhythm. Did you get a chance to listen to that one?
Didn't get a chance, but we're going to listen right now.
Okay.
Let's take a break here on our program. And we have Patrice Murrell and Benje Allexander. They are our guests on the program today. We'll come right back.